everyone, this is Fe Marie Petil, a second-year student of NORSU-Siaton Campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies. In today's video, we'll talk about Unit 3, Typology of Learners with Special Needs, particularly learners with socio-emotional disorders. This will tackle about anxiety attack and depression. Are we all familiar with anxiety attack and depression? To be honest, the above-mentioned condition is very recognizable to us, whether in children, teenagers, or adults. There is no specific age at which anxiety and depression occur, but if it occurs, it occurs. Particularly, anxiety and depression harm academic performance and promote underachievements to students. The learning objectives are as follows. Explain the term socio-emotional disorder, to distinguish between an anxiety attack and depression, and to examine the symptoms of each and learn how educators might assist in the treatment of the disorder. So what is socio-emotional disorders? Social-emotional disorders is defined as a problem, illness, or disease that interferes with a person's mental processes, perception of reality, emotions, or judgment, or resulting in disturbed behavior. The disability could be either temporary or permanent. Anxiety and depression are two of the most prevalent challenges that teenagers and young people encounter, and they are beginning to have a major impact in the classroom. Every year, increasing incidences of anxiety and depression in children and adolescents are documented. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, or the ADAA, 1 out of every 8 children suffers from anxiety. Now, let's move on to anxiety attack. What is anxiety attack? Anxiety attacks, also known as panic attacks, are episodes of intense panic or fear. They usually occur suddenly and without warning. Sometimes, there is an obvious trigger, getting stuck in an elevator, for example, or thinking about the big speech you have to give, but in other cases, the attacks come out of the blue. Fast facts about anxiety. 1. An anxiety attack usually involves a fear of some specific occurrence or problem that could happen. 2. Symptoms include worry, restlessness, and possibly physical symptoms such as changes in heart rate. 3. Anxiety is different from a panic attack, but it can occur as part of an anxiety or panic disorder. Anxiety attack symptoms include the following: surge of overwhelming panic, feeling of losing control or going crazy, heart palpitations or chest pain, feeling like you're going to pass out, trouble breathing or choking sensation, hyperventilation, hot flushes or chills, trembling or shaking, nausea or stomach cramps, feeling detached or unreal. Students with anxiety disorders may show symptoms that fit into one or more of these categories. 1. Have trouble concentrating in class or completing classwork. 2. Feel self-conscious and avoid certain situations. 3. Have physical symptoms such as a racing heart, fast breathing, tense muscles, sweaty palms, a queasy stomach, and trembling hands or legs. For students who are experiencing anxiety, the following are suggested approaches to help them recover or cope this kind of disorder. acquiring education and training about anxiety and mental health, being aware of physiological aspects of anxiety reaction such as flushing of the face, dilation of the pupils, sweating, hand tremors, encouraging relaxation procedures such as cue-controlled relaxation using a word such as calm, coupled with deep, paced breathing, helping the student recognize and modify anxious self-talk and anxious thinking. Teaching problem-solving approaches by having the student included in the process. Use role-playing with the student and provide positive reinforcement for the good coping. Provide homework assignments to all students in the classroom that incorporate problem-solving approaches of how one can cope with stressful situations. Learn about the basics of pharmacological treatments involving medications such as SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, so one will be alert to positive and negative behavioral and emotional changes. Work collaboratively with school mental health professionals such as the school psychologist, school social worker, school guidance counselor, school adjustment counselor. So what can teachers can do to ease anxiety of students? Teachers can help students by talking with parents to learn more about the student and how you can best support them. Allowing students extra time to do work. Learning how to coach students to self-calm with breathing and other relaxation techniques. Giving them daily schedules, modifying assignments, and reducing workloads when necessary. Promoting relaxation techniques and allowing for breaks throughout the day. Supporting parents in helping kids get to school even if it means arriving late or adapting class schedules. Allowing them a safe space and ability to go speak with the counselor if needed. Easing anxiety in the classroom by pairing with a peer. And now let's move on to depression. What is depression? Depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest, also called major depressive disorder or clinical depression. It affects how we feel, think, and behave, and can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. Depression symptoms may include sadness, loss of interest or pleasure in an activity you used to enjoy, change in weight, difficulty sleeping or oversleeping, energy loss, feelings of worthlessness, thoughts of death or suicide. So what can an educators do to support students who are struggling with depression? The following are suggested approaches to help a student experience depression. Number 1, develop a working and collaborative relationship with the student. 2, avoid negative techniques. 3, make adjustments or accommodations in assignments or tasks. 4, plan for success. 5, consult with your school psychologist, school counselor, or school social worker. And the last one, get a mental health certification to learn current best practices. Just like anxiety, depression can impact many aspects of a student's performance at school, including both the academic achievement and social relationships. So that ends our discussion for today. I hope you've learned and gathered new ideas which can be applied in real-life situations. Again, this is Fe Marie Petil, a second-year student of NORSU-Siaton Campus, took a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies. Saying, have fun watching and learning.